There is simply no way that Democrats can win a fair and honest election in America this year. Not the way things are going right now, no way. And that's why they will do anything and everything to prevent one from happening. It's why they are attacking voter ID as somehow being racist and continue to push the idea of mass mail-in ballots being good, and they'd even like 16-year-olds to vote whenever possible. They're pulling out all the stops you see in a desperate bid to retain power in November, anything it takes. Of course, none of these schemes give us more election integrity or make our elections more secure. In fact, they do the very opposite. And they know that. They know that. And that really is the point for the Democrats right now, is to win at all costs. It doesn't matter who gets ruined or what institutions get destroyed. As long as they can win, it's all that matters. It really is an all-out attack on the system of voting and electing leaders in our republic that we used to have faith in. And why is this happening? 2 words: Joe Biden. Joe Biden, that's why it's happening. He is by far the most unpopular president in modern American history, the most unpopular since modern polling began during Harry Truman's administration in the White House. And that puts Biden well behind Jimmy Carter and everyone else. The failing polling numbers come in spite of the fact that the corporate media has done everything it can to prop up the senile old man. It fails. After a while, it doesn't work anymore. And the latest numbers are among the worst yet. Last week, the average level of support had fallen 20 points underwater, according to Nate Silver's 538. Donald Trump is also winning across the board in all 7 states that are considered swing states this year, though I would take both Georgia and North Carolina off that list, as they really don't belong there. And I can tell you right now, Trump will carry both of those states quite easily in November. In a new poll from the well-respected Grinnell College survey, we find some of the worst numbers yet for Joe Biden and the Democrats. Some of the worst. Donald Trump, in a head-to-head matchup with Joe Biden across the nation, holds a 7-point lead, 7 points. And that's not the worst of it for old Joe. No, the worst of it is the jaw-dropping approval number he gets, just 34%. That is an all-time low, 34%. I just don't think there's a road back from that disaster. I don't. And while we have seen the failures of Bidenomics and the wide open border, there are other issues that are driving people away from Joe Biden and back to Donald Trump as well. For example, despite the widespread rejection of Biden's energy policies and the almost tyrannical demand that Americans buy EVs and get rid of gas and diesel, Biden and his climate change zealots are not slowing down on the wildly unpopular push. No, just yesterday, Biden's EPA finalized his crackdown on gas and diesel-powered cars and trucks, as they're demanding that 70% of new vehicles in this country be EVs by 2032. And the real crackdown will start in just 2.5 years in 2027. Trump, for his part, says he will dump the reckless pursuit of green energy and the end of the mandates on his first day back in office. Let's hope that's true. We also learned on Wednesday that U.S. troops have secretly been posted in Taiwan and will be there permanently now. Another careless move that will no doubt ratchet up tensions with Beijing, and it puts us on a collision course, possibly to be at war with the People's Liberation Army and the CCP. Add that, by the way, to the resentment millions of Americans already have toward all the money being dumped into Ukraine. And it's just another stone-cold loser for Joe Biden. Then, of course, came the hearings on Capitol Hill with former business partners of Hunter Biden, taking questions from the Oversight Committee and painting the entire Biden family as dishonest and corrupt, which, of course, also pushes down Joe Biden's numbers even further and fuels America's desire to see Donald Trump back in the West Wing. So let's dive into some of the tasty testimony, as it did not disappoint anyone who was watching, that's for sure. Listen to this.
I want to be crystal clear. From my direct personal experience and what I've subsequently come to learn, it is clear to me that Joe Biden was the brand being sold by the Biden family. His family's foreign influence peddling operation from China to Ukraine and elsewhere sold out to foreign actors who are seeking to gain influence and access to Joe Biden and the United States government. Joe Biden was more than a participant in and a beneficiary of his family's business. He was an active, aware enabler who met with business associates such as myself to further the business, despite being buffered by a complex scheme to maintain plausible deniability. I ask this big question. If there's no evidence of corruption here today, if Joe's conduct and the conduct of his family were fully legal and proper, then why are they so dishonest about it?
Why are they so dishonest about it if they're so above board about everything? And remember, Hunter was invited to be in the room. He had said several times that he wanted to testify in public, but when he was actually given the opportunity, well, he dodged the subpoena.